Not bragging, but you know my steez. I'm not from the era of R8.
Yeah, Q.B.E or not to be. I'm here with the man like Moose. Hey, my boy Johnny back. He's fresh home.
Yeah.
Fresh home.
Hey, finally made it, boys. Hey, kudos. Okay.
Where you been, Johnny?
Boy, I've been lying down for a bit, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went in the bin, didn't I? Hey, bro.
How long did you get?
I got a 3.
Okay.
It's had a shit in the shave, but
You done it.
bit of stubble.
Bit of stubble. Shit in the shade, but a bit of stubble.
Bro, it's an
like
inconvenience, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's alright. Life goes on. We're good now.
You good now?
We're back on. Yeah.
Back on track. How's
I
your
think-
mum?
Good, but yeah,
Sure.
you know the situation, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, she's cool, you know. I
Mm-hmm.
was talking to Jay about that actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, she's good, man. She's good.
What do you say, Moose?
Hey, life's interesting.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
going on in life for you?
Yeah, just going from strength to strength as far as the knowledge I'm learning, the things that I've recently found and comprehended. I think it's one of the strongest things we've got right now is our brain, and the more we feed it with the right things, the more it's going to give us the tools in order to solve our own problems. Education has been neglected for a long time because it's been looked upon as uncool to be learned. But if you're passionate about something, you're going to do everything to do to master it, because you want to be the best at what it is
100%.
that you're in.
Yeah.
I find that our mind is not something that we're fine tuning anymore to the highest potential, because we no longer want to see ourselves as the masters of that particular subject. I mean, if we remember people like Mozart, Beethoven, because they were
Right.
masters of their instrument.
Yeah.
And we don't take that blueprint and run with it, and we need to, because it's the very thing that keeps us at focused and at the highest optimum of our talents and our capabilities.
Yeah.
And the parents need to encourage their children. Family needs to support it. To say
100%.
once they identify that you've got a talent and a passion for a certain subject, they need to be driving.
From what age, you reckon?
From what age? As soon as either child come out the womb.
As soon as possible.
I mean,
I think.
yeah, as soon as possible.
Yeah, because
Soon as
everybody
child come out
develops
the
a
womb.
different. You know.
You know, you got to respect what people's, for example, like David Beckham, his parents invested in him, took him to football training, made him perfect his passing skills, crossing skills, and look how it's paid off when he actually became a professional
More than
footballer.
they could have
You
been.
understand the accuracy of his passing. That took years of practice. So when he needed it,
Yeah.
he called upon it in the games that really meant something.
Second
He could
nature.
perform, and it's the same thing with anything. It's, we have to pay attention. Parents should pay attention to their youth. Parents have to pay attention to their children as soon as they're born, just to see how, why you do this, why you do that, how you do this, and be a gentle guide to the talent, so it's nurtured. And that's what's going to help a lot of those youth not make the wrong decisions and go into the path of
100%. Super
gang
important.
banging and violence, because that's where the system failed them. They fell through the cracks, or they were
You're
wrongly.
supposed to be guarding the cracks though. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you're trying, if we're guarding the mainstream, where most of the kids are, you can't cover every space.
And what
do
is
you mean?
perfection when it comes to raising kids?
That's what I'm saying. So there's
no
you
rule.
talk-
There's no
You see,
feeling.
the cracks are the imperfection,
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically. But you can't. There's no such thing as perfect. So there's always going to be cracks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not necessarily.
How are you to judge cracks?
I'm not. You don't
Anyone
listen.
that
I'm not.
creates cracks.
I'm not necessarily. You don't.
95% of their other work could be good. Just the one crack.
And what causes the cracks?
Social ills,
Like what?
teenage pregnancy, or whatever, single parent household,
But
or
not necessarily because
It's not environmental.
it's environmental.
within the higher. You see, like in each class,
Yeah.
there's a different level of why deaths happen. So let's say in the lower class, it's like maybe say crime and stuff like that. In the higher class, it's more based around suicide. You see, like in the higher class world, drugs and suicide is a big thing. Like the rich people's kids and the rich people, like the suicide is very high on their side. So it's like it's just an unspoken thing. Overdoses and suicide is very big on the side of the people that's got the money. But there's just no way for them to break it down to you. So they want you to have the narrative of, oh, someone had it hard, so that teenage pregnancy, single mothers' homes, and all that. And sometimes those are the places that breed the best people.
100%. I mean, we need to. I think United Kingdom needs to invest heavily in therapy, counselling, especially especially when mental health is being so much more spoken about, articulated. It's prevalent. One of the biggest killers is mental health. Some people don't know how to identify.
But you know, when people say mental health, I've really got a problem with that. Because again, I like people to either acknowledge it as mental illness is contribution to why people suicide. Because mental health is just all round.
You said that last time.
It's true.
I don't want
people put a bad name on mental health.
On the words mental health.
It's got that stigma attached.
Some people.
As soon as you say mental health, it means mentally ill.
And some people might. Some people might.
If I was to say mental healthy, it sounds already different.
Well, they're not. And there's mental well-being.
Some people are hijacking. Some people are hijacking. Some people might be hijacking the term. They got a bad day.
That's where you get misinterpretations.
They get a bit depressed for the weekend. Oh, I've got mental health.
Self-inflicted sometimes.
I was speaking about people abusing the term, but there is definitely, by way of people's actions, that the mental health and the condition of one's mental well-being is not at the most optimum. It's definitely something that we need to begin to address. America invests a lot in mental health.
But you know,
how do you know that though?
Because I was reading something about.
Yeah, that's what you read.
Yeah.
Or what they said. So if you don't believe in history, you can't believe in history that's getting created.
No, but
as well.
I'm not trying to.
Reading news.
I'm not trying
to create news us together.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to hold.
But even
to
create any narrative you want.
Even
I'm not trying to hold on to fake news.
Even when they say they've invested in things, what does it mean? If they say that I've invested in, like, it's almost like it makes you immediately think.
Did you watch
that
the
something's
trial
been
of
solved?
that woman with what's that actor called? The one from the Pirates.
Oh, yeah. Johnny Depp and
Johnny Depp and the woman.
Yes.
And she said, I invested.
Amber Heard.
That was the word she said. I invested.
Yeah.
And then we came back, and the people who invested and said, but no,
That was quite a pivotal moment, to be fair.
Oh no, it was just the way I was saying it. It was just.
It was.
So anyone saying I invest doesn't mean you've invested.
It doesn't.
Some people say them things just to sound good. It's
Just
like a
to
part of
sound-
a front.
Yeah, it sounds like
a part of a front.
It sounds like something's being dealt with.
Yeah, nothing's been dealt with yet.
Little key phrases to chuck out there.
To
suit their narrative.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But the professionals have to find a way to diagnose. They have to find a way to identify.
100%.
The same way we try to identify genius, we have to identify mental instability.
Yeah.
It's just mental disturbances.
Yeah, and like mental balance.
Yes.
I think that's something that's never discussed.
Yeah.
And I think like it's like they always talk about mental illness. They don't say enough about mental well-being, so people don't know how to be mentally well.
Well said.
It's
You get what I'm
100%
saying?
right.
It's like so much time they keep telling you how to be mentally ill and what mentally ill is like.
Yeah, like an indoctrination. You
Indoctrination.
want everybody to think that way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some of the
Don't think
things
for yourself. We'll tell you what to do.
we'll tell you what your problem is, and some of the problems and some of the things that we have, like again, when the people are depressed, they need deep rest. You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's little things where
100%.
you can actually decipher what's being said. Do you get
That's
what I mean?
right.
All down to your diet as well.
That's
Oh,
right.
100%.
That's right.
100%. But especially how you think, because I've seen some people that have a great diet. So sometimes when people just talk about the diet alone, I've seen people that have great diets but have terrible mentalities.
100%. It's like who we allow ourselves to spend our time around as well, because
Yes.
negativity breeds negativity.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And
Be the most
misery.
positive person in 100%.
Misery
right?
likes company.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Because if you notice that someone turns vegan or something, they start becoming very judgmental
Oh my
of what
god.
everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, right, you've got that plant body, like just being judgmental. You're supposed to be like, no, just do what you want, but you know what? I'm just gonna give you the pointers of when you're ready. Like this is
That's a good point.
You
That's
know
a
what I
good
mean?
point,
Like
yeah.
because that's how I feel like you deal with anyone. Like you can't force anybody
By
to.
way of example, I had
Yeah.
a friend, right? He was a staunch vegetarian for years, and he's talking about how the food rots in your thingy for 3 months, blah 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 blah. The same guy was sniffing and doing whatever. And I said, bro, do you realise what you're doing to yourself?
Exactly.
Don't worry about the dead animal.
Exactly.
That I've got processing through my body. You're doing all kinds of work and whatever,
Exactly.
putting that in your body. There ain't no temple, bruv.
Yeah.
You know,
This is my point.
it's perception.
Yeah. That's a good point. I don't encourage people to walk around like they're self-righteous.
No, this
No.
is
I
it.
mean, you have to be open-minded. You have to be tolerant. You have to, and things take time. There's a lot of people that are very extreme. They find something new and they just they drop everything and they go straight in.
Yeah.
And I think that can also be one needs to take time. You can't rush a process.
No.
And we're still learning, especially in the age of the internet. All
100%.
this new information is coming to us.
I feel
So
A
there's
lot
so
of
much
it's
different.
misused.
A lot of it's
as well,
getting
you know?
misused, but there's a lot of options to choose from.
Yeah, but
And it's
people-
all trial and error. You
Right,
gotta
but-
try something to find out the result.
100%. But like I said about 5-10 minutes ago, it's the narrative that suits the person, because people will turn things to sometimes
Suit
suit their. You see what I'm
Suit
saying?
their
It's
lifestyle.
Suit what they're
subjective.
doing
Suit
on
their
their
lifestyle.
Most things in life are subjective.
But what you
You
can
know
be
what
different to that is when you can be a bit more objective. If you get what I'm saying.
Objective
Yeah.
instead of subjective. Is what I'm
Do
saying.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like a lot of people do like if that's something that they're doing, they'll be like, no, but that's all right.
Yeah.
But if it's something up there and they're able
Yeah.
easily say, no, that's fucked up. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Well, I don't really agree with that, so then that's not right.
I mean, there has to be a lot more tools to help guide people's decision making.
I think so. I think like you
Because-
touched on before, a lot of people are misguided. Doesn't matter what age they are, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, some people are products of their environment. Not everybody is articulate enough to deal with certain situations. It affects everybody differently.
But you know what, emotional intelligence is something that people need to understand. Because people just say
It's a big
like
subject.
intelligent,
Ah, yeah.
but emotional intelligence is.
That's a very, very big subject. Which
Yeah.
even
I think that's something that a lot of us are lacking, but we're gaining it slowly. What do you think?
Yeah.
You?
Who's that? You lot just got
emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. I'm actually higher with that.
Mm.
Psychological.
psychological. Yeah.
No, a psychologist.
Psychologist.
Couldn't find it. That's what you said.
It's one of them
somewhere.
psycho
Where
ones,
is
isn't
it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they told me. They tested me and they said, yeah, you're high in emotional intelligence. I
Yeah.
worked out. The reason I was high in emotional intelligence because when I used to come home, I used to be able to feel that something was about to happen.
Energy.
Mm.
Yeah, I used to feel it.
Yeah.
That's where I picked it up from. You know,
Okay.
like, even if my parents and that pretending that you're high,
You know, sometimes people are
And all this
empaths though as well, innit?
underneath
You know the
it.
whole
Yeah,
empath
yeah.
thing, whatever.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pick up on them things.
You know, there's the
Which is
vibe
very-
like you act like you're normal,
Yeah.
but under
But
your
you-
normal, I can.
But you
hear
know that.
there's beef under there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, once I get upstairs,
Yeah. Yeah.
you don't really hear them coming upstairs, Jay.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
No, man.
I think it's a lot because a lot of things you have to.
Oh shit. You're more in tune to
you had
things
to,
than
you had
certain
to.
people.
You
That's
had,
why when a little fuckboy think that he's gonna rascal like trick me on the road,
Yeah.
thinking, bro, that's sick, what?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you can't fool man with box you.
I thought
Box you now.
you know, it is, you had to be too old, too young.
Yeah,
You-
yeah,
that's
I
it.
think that's what made your emotional
Yeah.
intelligence so high.
Yeah,
From
at the
such
time,
a,
yeah.
from
Yeah,
such a
grow up
young
quick.
age, you had to be the big man.
Mm-hmm.
Like the things that kids would have been scared to do, you was doing. Like
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
when I hear
exactly.
But
stories-
this was before the internet.
Yeah, even if you get
Yeah.
beat up,
You see it? It's a completely
Oh,
different
you know what?
time.
you know, and it's not even a thing like you're even trying to challenge them. Yeah, the thing you got beat up for, you end up doing it again next week. You just
You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, it's the thing like just part of the process.
Yeah, you're
like
glitch.
Arteta at Arsenal.
You're a glitch.
Yeah, it's part of the process. Like, yeah, I know I'm gonna get beat. I got beat the other day, and I was and the beat fucked me up so bad. But next week I'm still gonna be doing it again and getting beat again and doing it again and getting beat again.
You see what I'm saying?
Do you know
Why
the
is
quote?
that, bro?
The definition of
Glitch.
insanity is doing the same thing
You're
over and
glitched to
over
the
expecting a
program.
different outcome.
That's why people like to study you because you're glitch. Like how did you get through?
Yeah, that's mad. Over and over again, knowing man's getting the beating, man's still gonna do the same thing over and over again. And I'm not thinking about it, I'm not rebelling.
No,
It's just what I'm gonna do.
exactly. So whenever you make a decision,
That's mad, you know.
You got to probably look into child psychologists.
That's mad, you know.
Yeah.
If you think about that.
yeah.
Because most people, after you get them beatings, you change your behaviour. I'm not even challenging you. It's not a competition. It's not a bet.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna still go do the same thing that got me beat again. How does that work out?
You weren't fearful from very
So
young.
how does that work out? Jay?
You see, but I'm saying you lacked fear because even when you think about
Yeah,
when
serious.
you was on road.
You got that
The
time.
time that you was on road, you're 9 years old.
Yeah,
9, you know.
You've got to think about what
9.
think about what 9-year-olds are like now.
I mean,
Think about
No,
what,
Olivia's 8.
that's what I'm saying to you. So
but this is
imagine how I'm
before
road at
Fortnite
night.
and all them.
I
things, innit?
road on road.
She couldn't be that close. But what even speak? I don't want to see her speaking to a road man. You understand? Close to the road.
So this is why, like, you got to realize that's why your emotional intelligence is so high. That's why I say that a lot of people haven't been able to even deal with them things. There's double sides to having a hard younger life. When you have a hard younger life, you're more prepared for things when you're older. When you have it easy when you're younger, you ain't prepared for things when you're older. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you're not prepared for things, like if a girl says they're leaving you at 25, you might kill yourself.
Do you know? I agree with that because.
I heard that when I was 15.
Do you see what I'm saying?
When I was in jail.
But I agree with that.
Before that. I was trying to leave all the girls.
Yeah.
But at 15, when you go to jail, that's when the girls try to leave you.
Well, you see what I'm saying, though, innit?
Yeah.
If you ain't dealt with that kind of thing from at 15, if your heart didn't get broken in your teens, imagine your heart getting broken for the first time in your late 20s, 30s, 40s.
It's hard work.
That's
Of course, because you're not emotionally.
You know what you can do.
Mature.
That's the
You
word.
see, when you're 23, you can end up going onto drugs.
yeah.
Been on drugs already.
You understand? Because you got
Been on
access.
drugs already. Yeah, been on
When
drugs
you're
already.
younger, you just got to deal with it. Like.
Been on drugs already. Been on drugs before that even happened. So drugs was normal. That's drugs every day.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna go into drugs now. No.
Yeah, exactly.
The Western education is supposed to equip us with these tools to deal with these type of problems, or is it our parents?
Do you know what it is? I think the Western structure equipped us more, because I always thought, when people come from other countries, they're smarter than us intellectually, academically, but they lack certain things that we have.
That's why they come here.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
I know what you mean though.
When people say further education, they're a lot of time when people come from other
more
countries, they're
advanced
way ahead of us.
Man. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like academically, they're way ahead of us.
Like
So what is it? What is it that they're missing that we have?
Right.
That the system, because it's not just the school. It's not just the school. Maybe it's the security, a bit more of the security that we
Different
have.
environment, perhaps.
Yeah.
Privatized.
I think even the multiculturalness of London
is
what makes us.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, we are. Very true.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want some?
Yeah, go on.
You want more?
Why not? Trying to get anywhere.
Let me take that off your hands, pal.
Yeah.
No, I'm good with this.
You see the multiculturalism though. Let's take London for example.
Yeah.
It's a city of like
mate.
approximately,
Thank you, appreciate
I
it.
think 9
Appreciate you,
million.
mate.
But in all these different areas and that London has, and different ethnic groups that it has, some groups are not the target of racial profiling or
Yeah,
You
of
see,
course.
racism.
what does that mean?
that though?
People,
What does that mean?
Oh man, I don't believe that.
No, but let's go for what it means.
Let's say
I think that's like a narrative.
four black people in the car. They want
Because you said that other people are racial profiling. So let's go. Let's break down what that means.
Well, people having preconceived notions or prejudice about a particular group.
So when you see a Chinese man,
So yeah.
If
So
you see-
based on the colour
I
of the
get what you're
skin,
saying, yeah.
so it influences their decision.
I can tell you
makers.
3 different reasons. 3 different.
We all do it.
sets of
Discrimination, that is.
groups that can do it.
Discrimination, that's
4
correct.
Chinese men in a car.
It's
I'm
not
thinking
just-
they're growing weed.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if you're Chinese, do you assume they know kung fu?
No, but
Nah.
No, you can make it a good point.
That's what I'm saying, you only eat ramen noodles,
sometimes
But
sometimes I
you
do though.
slightly
Sometimes I
assume they
do
knew
slightly
kung fu.
think like, you know kung fu.
That's what I'm saying.
That is true though.
Some of these things, like we all racially profile each other. Like I said, you
But it's
see poor
just
white
like
man in the
some
car, it's
Isn't that
CID.
learned behaviour, though?
Would you not admit that some groups receive a greater
To
heat?
a certain
though?
degree.
It's learned behaviour from your environment, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Of course, we're products of our environment.
So,
Again,
like,
that's
if you go to Africa,
yeah.
all of the signs that you're supposed to be looking out for that you're used to and are all off.
Yeah, it's all gone, bro.
Yeah, so if you're in, let's say Australia, again, it's all off, isn't it?
Oh, wait, if you go out in the bush, there ain't no lamppost, bro.
So it's like,
But would you
You don't know where you are.
Would you agree that some groups have a historical stigma?
yeah, look, all of us do.
You know,
my
like gypsies in the eyes of non-gypsies.
Yeah.
Got a certain
Yeah.
image.
They get a
Yeah.
bad rap.
Understand? And the
Yeah.
police deal with them a certain way
Of course
Yeah.
they do.
off of the strength of
That's
who
like-
they are and their history.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Black people get dealt with a certain type of way based on
Yeah.
what they see on the telly or hear about.
Certain
Yeah.
people do.
But
Depends on people's mentality when their
what
heads
if
up,
we're,
you know
what if
what I
we're
mean?
in Devon? What if we're in Devon?
What if we're in Devon?
Yeah, is and then is black people getting treated worse in Devon than white people?
I don't think so.
Well,
Because them people are friendly.
Someone has to
motherfuckers,
get
you know?
fucking terrorized by the police.
That's
Imagine us not in
what I'm saying. But
You know what I mean, bro?
if we're not the
Someone has to be
majority,
fucking doing something.
if we're not the
But that's who
majority,
they're gonna be on.
I don't
If it's a
think-
white area, they're on the white people.
yeah, exactly.
But if it's the Asians, they're in Bradford, they're on the Asians.
That's my point.
Yeah. But what? It's a particular type of Asian though. They're not really on.
To put the type of black man too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
I
put the
don't know
type
really.
of white man.
Yeah.
It's nothing special.
But you know what, it's
Nothing
deeper
special
than- it's
enough.
deeper than- it's deeper than that.
Depends where you are, the dynamics of wherever you are, bro.
Asians are
It's deeper than that.
Asians are
Go
wide.
Thailand, they're gonna be on the Thailand.
Bro,
Exactly.
It's
That's
not
what I'm saying.
No, it's not even
They're not gonna be on
I don't
the
think so.
black.
It's not even.
I don't
just
think
colour.
so, man.
If you're
Bro,
from
man.
a
I don't think so,
Go
man.
Thailand, they're on the Thailand, man. They're not on the black man. There's no black man there.
Hey Jay, you see
What do you
me
think they're
from,
gonna be?
see me from certain manners, yeah.
Yeah.
but
No,
Thailand-
black man
being white,
Thailand's got a
They will
different
still approach me the
history.
same as they approach
Sorry,
you.
we've got to talk one at a time. Sorry.
They would
Yeah,
approach
John.
me the same
John,
way.
John, remember that, yeah?
What's that?
Talk one at a time.
Okay, mate.
Say
Leave that on-
say
leave it
again.
in it, Me and John's got a little comedy thing.
sorry, mate, you saucy fucker.
So say again, please.
What I'm saying is,
History's
it's
different.
deeper than that because certain environments, yeah, I'm from the same ends as you, for example, yeah. So certain manners, bruv, they're handling me the same as they're handling you lot because I'm from them bits. I'm not from
Yeah.
Kensington, yeah.
I've seen you
see
with
the-
them man there.
You see
outside.
that? Yeah.
Tickle me.
You see the opposite? Is, you see this?
Because of the circles. Because of the circles that you hang around.
On the opposite, this is more. As I grew up around here, it was more of a white area. But you see, Cali, Market Estate, and all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I'm 100.
I'm not. They're not looking at me.
Nah.
Them day, like
They don't need to look at you. They know who you are. They know
yeah,
everything.
they know you are. But
They're
it's,
not
it's
dumb.
the white boys that was going mad that them
On
days.
Yeah,
Some
what am I looking at this
stuff,
little
bruv.
black guy for?
On
Estate, yeah, yeah.
They're the fucking guys over there.
James,
I'm wasting my time with him. They know what he does.
But that's my whole point. So
They know
that's
who's
my
who,
perspective.
bro.
My
Don't think
perspective.
feds are dumb.
Hey, Q, this is what
They
I'm
know,
saying.
that's the point. They know who the guys
Yes,
are.
they know who's on it, bro.
Like,
They're
if-
listening.
The only time you get stopped in stupid stuff like that is if you're with a bunch of people bunning weed and things like
Nah.
that, and round the back of college.
Bruv.
And they're stopping you for a reason. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yep.
There's sometimes where you get pulled over on the road. Yeah, cool, but they can't always see who's in the car. Sometimes you get pulled over from behind.
I'm with you.
Yeah, so it's like again, my whole thing is just like there are those situations. Don't get twisted. I'm not saying that, but we've got to remember that we're new in this country. Like we still keep thinking that we've been here
I
for
feel like I'm
hundreds of
visiting
years.
myself, mate. To be
Like
honest.
we've been here for
We've been here for longer than what we think we've been.
no, we've been here for 60 years in terms of the people.
They said that to us.
Okay,
but,
well, then
but
if
we
I-
know that the Moors
See?
in the history.
So
No.
you want to listen to things when you want to listen to things, but not
Yeah.
listen to things when you. I need to work.
Oh, I see
what
what,
you're saying.
what doctrine are we working off when we're dealing with you?
It's just like
Because it's 1 minute we're listening to the story.
David-
Then nigga listen to your own story.
It's timeline thing.
Dr. David Olusoga,
You got me on job with
British
him, don't worry.
British historian,
Before you know, you turn into a zealot.
done a very famous
that's all timelines.
research.
That's all timelines.
That's timelines, but yeah.
and we got.
But he did a famous research and he made up documentaries and writ books about Black British history being longer than Windrush.
No. Of course it is. But all I'm saying
British,
to you
see? But Black British hasn't. Black British come after Windrush.
Yeah.
We're talking about Black English, bro.
yeah.
You gotta understand what you're talking
Okay,
about.
you wanna play with semantics? You wanna play? You wanna play with semantics? That's okay, but
It's not semantics. It's not semantics, it's facts.
but the Moors was
Time
here.
Black British came after Windrush. It wasn't before.
But
bro.
Okay.
Or
none of
it
us-
was at the same time.
Yes.
They brought them there with that.
But we were still here before Windrush, though.
No,
it's like British,
not
like English, bro.
that much.
Not freely.
Here, what I'm saying to you is this. Well, my point is this. Do you know anyone that's grandparents was born here?
No, some people.
This is his party trick.
Yeah,
Watch
there's
him, watch him, watch him, watch him,
some
watch
people.
him.
No, there's some people that is. No, I don't. I don't know personally, but I know that they exist because
You can't do that.
because
You can't tell me that.
no, because black
No, don't do that. No, they exist.
Black Liverpudlian history is
about Bristol
it's
history.
it's extensive.
It's a bit longer than Liverpool,
Black
yeah?
Bristol, no, it's just
No,
it's just as long.
No, but
Black Bristol history. Black
You're
Bristol
not.
history
You're
is
not
very
wrong.
long.
I'm saying it's even how they told the stories of how everyone got here is fake. speak. Yeah.
Okay.
So in one argument, people want to tell me they got here through slavery. Yeah. And the next argument,
Some-
they want to tell
some
me
did.
that.
Some did.
No, they didn't, bro.
Transatlantic slave trade.
After I've seen men flying here on boats.
Yeah.
Why's everyone on slavery for man? There's other ways to get.
But some-
see man getting in
some
vans,
people-
boats,
some people-
helicopters.
That's what I'm saying. So, and then the next thing they want to tell us. So, but like
Why's
you said,
everyone on the same vibe?
Some people-
I'm
some
not on
people-
that vibe.
in the air in a minute.
Some people did.
no, for real, though.
Some did.
you got to remember when you see the Queen.
Do you think
and
so
that,
now man's coming over in their own
Have
boat?
you seen how the Queen
all
had a
just arrive
relationship
at
with
the
like
same
Selassie and the rest and all the different other people?
Yeah.
Years and years ago.
Some of
Yeah.
backstroke.
They had good relationships.
Yeah.
A lot of the narratives that we're running off right now come from TV. Because
Yeah,
again,
the TV's got a narrative. They've got an agenda.
yeah, and that ever since they made that thing, people have been following a narrative together. Before TV, there was not one book that travelled the world by itself. Do you get what I'm saying? to you? Even with the holy books,
Okay.
you gotta say there's things.
Sorry.
Once they got TV and they was able to work with propaganda and things like that.
Yeah.
This is how they fed us a lot of stuff and a lot of narratives, because there is no one history of nothing. Every
No,
single one of us
it's
in
all-
this room got different history,
That's correct.
and our families got different history,
That's correct.
and that's where it becomes
So
our
you can't put
story.
everyone in a box.
Yeah. You
So
can't
yeah,
put anyone
this is
yeah,
it.
because it's all.
So
Let's
Yeah.
follow that narrative.
Exactly.
That's what they
So-
marketed to us.
Try to give us some shared history.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's true. It's true because
We
we
can't-
come,
why
we
do
come
we
from
have-
different parts of the black
world.
world.
Well, yeah.
No, the world.
The world.
The black world. The
Yeah,
world.
The whole world.
You know.
The world.
Black
There's black people in everywhere now. There's black people everywhere before.
Okay.
If there was white people everywhere
Yeah,
before.
I hear you.
You got
I hear you. I hear you. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's a fair point.
Why would we
It's a fair
just-
point. Yeah. Oh, you know, this it's in the
It's
imagination
Only
of
at this time.
in the imagination
You know,
of
like
you-
this is the only
in
time we
imagine-
were
in a-
civilized enough to live
in
together.
imagine of
But that's why I say
all
we're-
these
in
millions
the,
of years.
in
When
the
you check it-
imagination of Europe.
Again, well,
It
that's why I
just-
say we're all brown.
Like even
We're
recent
all
now.
one race.
What's interesting is
Sorry.
Albanians. They hit the headlines and they was.
Do you know what they said about
the
the
same-
Albanians the other day?
I've been following it.
We should not let them in not let them in the
Yeah.
country.
We're for
Right.
real.
Sounds familiar?
That's it.
That's a generalization, though, right?
Yeah, that's what
Sounds
they said.
familiar?
That's bad.
Mm.
They
Yeah.
used to think that way about
That's what
black
they said,
people. Black people in
No,
Britain
no.
once upon a time. They used to
Well,
think that way.
Well, you see the bulb, we keep saying black and white, yeah? And everyone in the human race is brown.
Can I just say
There's
something?
different spectrums of brown. Even
Even
John would be brown if he goes and gets some sun. So you got to understand, and he's still
That's true.
brown. He's
That's
still
true, true.
his actual color now is a very light
I'm with you.
spectrum of
Yeah.
brown.
But you see, the people,
Yeah.
the people in power are constantly trying to create
And then
Once-
all of
us versus them.
'Cause
Division.
that's divide and conquer.
Yeah.
But once we all understand we're all the same,
Yeah.
then it will kind of make us understand why that we all came from the same places and
Uh-huh.
we all still are in the same places.
100%.
Like we will always be in the same places. Like we're not even that far apart. They've told
No,
us
but
how
they
far
created
we are.
We didn't create
Divide
hierarchy
and
and class.
conquer, right?
They created hierarchy and
We
class.
don't even know how far the countries are.
They created
They tell us
hierarchy.
we go to the airport and we go from the airport. That's when we can. They allow us. They take us somewhere. We are not allowed to just drive and drive and drive. And
No,
even if
no,
we
no,
were,
no.
it's borders and borders and borders, and they know that not everyone's going to do that. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So you got to think about like how far the Africa and the Caribbean are. They're very actually close, but you don't know that. You don't know how actual close
You've
they
been
are.
told.
I didn't realize Russia was next to America.
And China,
I didn't
We've
realize
been
Russia,
that.
told
China, and
kilometers,
America.
I didn't
miles,
realize that.
time.
though. Did you know that?
You know that, Jay?
because of
Yeah.
the way the geography is.
No,
Yeah, because it
there's
shows you-
literally a
shows you
lake.
straight.
It's round.
I'm with you.
There's literally
I'm
a
with you.
lake here. A lake.
Yeah, both ends. If they went the other way,
Yeah.
they would get to America a lot quicker.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
have you seen, there's a lake that separates them.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, you see Russia, the country. It's only that region like Moscow and that region where most Russian people live. They don't. A lot of Russia territory landmass is unoccupied. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right. It is actually.
I doubt that.
There's no one there.
I think they're
it's
very
like,
secretive.
Yeah, they did a
Yeah,
yeah,
they just-
yeah,
I
They're
know,
just
I know,
secretive,
right,
bro.
right,
They're
right.
secretive.
yeah. They,
I believe they're very secretive.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
think they've
there's a
thought
lot
up
of
that
land.
whole
There's a
place.
lot of land that the Russians don't
They have
use.
way more green
They don't.
belt
Well, they
than we
don't.
do.
They
It's a
use
bigger
it, but they
place.
don't live there.
Yeah.
They live closer to the
But it's sitting
Eastern
down.
Eastern European border.
100%.
Yeah.
What do you mean 100%? How do you fucking know?
Because I know geography, bro.
See, it's not
Historians.
It's not.
Historians,
It's not. It's
You
not.
know what I mean? They got man that goes been over there.
Yeah,
already.
it's not secret.
Columbus niggas.
It's not secret. It's not
Wait,
secret.
he didn't-
It's not
Actually,
secret.
you know, you saw
It's not
something on
secretive
YouTube,
knowledge.
and now
It's
you
not.
know
He didn't
100%.
discover America. Are you crazy?
Oh, you saw that on YouTube too.
It's not
No.
secretive knowledge.
You don't really know because you
Well,
never spoke
I
to
don't-
Columbus.
I- I don't need to.
Everyone's you know what's funny, yeah? You know
I don't
that's,
listen to all
that's why
that.
this world's amazing.
Yeah.
Because you see everyone, everyone talks confident in something that someone else told them.
No, because I ain't hearing what they're
No,
telling me.
if you
Yeah, but
it
comes back to that question. You see, Q? Q, it comes back to that question.
Do you get that, Joe?
Q, it comes back to that.
It's mad.
Do you get that? Hey, innit? It's mad, innit?
Yeah,
You know when you
it's
check the
right.
levels
It comes
of it.
back.
Yeah.
It
When you
comes
check
back.
the levels of it,
No, I swear that I'm going 100%.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Was you there? Hey, was you there, no blood? Alright, say nothing, yeah. Swear down, that is what it's like, bro. This is what I'm fucking dealing with. It's nearly 2020.
It comes back. It comes back to that ultimate question. How do you know what you know?
What do you know, bro? What do you know?
What do you know?
What they're married, bro? Wake up, man.
Do you know what?
Mary.
Sounds like a it sounds like a question out of the Matrix, but you understand? How do you know what you know?
Do you know? You see some
The
of the
delay.
You can know it through spiritual work. When you do spiritual work, you know things that other people don't know.
That's the goal, boy.
Okay, like. But that's the people that's had that experience or gone to see it.
I'm just saying.
Gone to see it.
I'm saying spiritual work helps you to find out things that not everyone knows.
Okay.
Or unlock your potential.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you can find.
You
out
mean like
different
seeing
things.
that? It's going to see an Obeah man or
It could be mushrooms.
soothsayer.
It
Or
could be,
shaman.
shaman.
it could be DMT.
Okay, I'm with you. Still,
what are they
yeah.
called? Gojis or something? What are they called?
Oh, jeez.
Bro,
What's the other?
yeah.
What's the other
Ayahuasca.
thing? The toad.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
ayahuasca.
powerful still.
What, the toad?
The
Yeah.
toad, yeah. So
Something
the toad
they
is
call
the
the
top one,
toad.
isn't it?
I thought you meant the
Yeah,
psychedelic one that people lick.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
alright, yeah, I know about that. I ain't done it. Though.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I've been told about
Those
it.
things.
Yeah, I've been told.
Astral. What's it? Astral traveling.
projection and all
astral-
that. Yeah,
yeah.
Bro, we're on one celestial plane. If you want to start talking about it, I can talk about it. You know,
Yeah.
we
We don't want to talk about it, John.
nah, that's next time, alright?
We don't talk about it. We
We'll do that another day.
No, John, we don't want to talk
No,
about
but yeah, I get it.
Alright, so let me-
I do
it.
digress.
Listen to yourself. No, John.
I do digress. Let's please
Let's see
continue.
what you got, John. Let's see what
No,
you got.
go.
No, let's see what you got.
Where were we anyway?
He
Alaska.
said astral.
So many people believe. I don't know because I wasn't there. Once upon a time. No, so basically we're on one astral plane, and people talk about other astral planes that are aligned with us simultaneously. Now, whether you believe that or not, there's something else there other than this.
100%.
Yeah, I'll leave it there. Any questions?
John.
Any
Fuck you,
questions?
fucking
Any
in.
questions?
Get me fucking up. Fucking
I
came in
warmed him up. I warmed him up when I there. Right there. All right, Trey, go see you later, girl.
off,
All right, got down the pub. So,
I think they
yeah.
trick us with time.
Huh?
Like they give us the concept of time and trick us around.
It is man-made, my brother.
There you go. So if
Yeah.
time was also
This
man-made,
kettle is here because a man made it.
There you go.
Yeah? What? I don't care what time it is. How about that?
But even
What is time?
I know what you mean though. Still, they trapped us in the idea,
Matrix.
in their idea of
Trapped
what
us in
time
the
is.
Matrix, boy.
you see now, yeah. What else do we have but now?
Nothing, because all there is the present. Man's laughing.
Yeah, but that's true though. All we do have is the present.
Yeah.
And so is the past like somewhere else, or is the future somewhere else, or is everything
the future
now?
is yet to be written.
The past,
now and the present.
the so-called past has happened.
So
The past is done, bro. You can't change that.
no,
Can't
but
change
that's
that. You
what I'm
can't
saying.
change
What was when you was in the past?
Yeah.
Was you in the
the
past,
present.
or was you in the
Nice.
present?
I'm with you. It's a matrix.
I'm trying
It's a
to-
matrix type question.
That's
It's a matrix type
I said
question.
it was
I
the
know.
Matrix. A
It's
few
not even
minutes
a
ago,
matrix
bro.
type question. I'm just asking you if you ask yourself those questions. Some of the things that the narratives that we've been given that we think have lasted forever
Yeah.
have lasted really not that long.
All right then.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that and making my head think madness, what about deja vu? What do you think about that?
Deja vu is like, I feel like it's our psychic powers working.
We think ahead, right? So when we're saying about the past and the present, and I'm saying everything's present, how the fuck do I know what I'm doing in 6 years or 3, brother? And I'm there, and I'm like, I've done this, you know.
Exactly.
I'm talking to my missus, and I'm like,
You already done
you know what,
this.
babes? I remember when you did that, and you looked at me like that, and it was like,
Yeah, and you kind of knew what was going to happen
yeah,
next.
yeah.
Then you could
And
have
you
deja
felt
vu
it
where you're
strongly.
like, I know what's going to happen next. I can remember this. Like this, I know what's going to
Yeah.
happen next. You
And a lot
know?
of people think it's about omen. It ain't.
No.
It ain't. It's your spirit.
It's a spirit.
It's a madness, bro.
Yeah.
Spirit don't understand the concept of time.
No, that's what I'm saying to you.
It's not. It's a man-made thing. Spirit ain't man-made.
And it keeps, and your spirit, how many times did it come back?
And,
so it's
and looks
energy
out for you,
transfers.
and common sense, and all these things.
Exactly.
These are all our tools, naturally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Quote unquote past lives, but
The power
I
of
told you I've
the
been there before.
the power of the mind
See
is
it?
not something to be.
is it the past life?
The power of the mind
Is
is
it present?
nothing to be underestimated.
What other celestial planes? Yeah,
We know that our mind. They say that we only use 5% of our brain.
we do. And we do.
They say that,
It's
yeah.
They
quite
say that.
like
I don't know
But
how
my
true.
thing is, it's like,
No,
where's
it's
like,
literally, yeah.
what we're gonna be doing with
100%,
what's the other 95%?
But we
They say
not-
5% of speech is communication. I believe that.
85% of communication is non-verbal.
Non-verbal.
85%.
Oh, well, I heard it was 95%.
No, it's 85%.
But I believe that the
See?
mind. I believe that the mind has got layers of untapped
Of
potential
course we have, man.
that hasn't been fully exercised.
I think yeah.
Do you feel your pinnacle of where you're trying to be at in your life?
Psychological.
Come on, man. We're just getting it cracking.
Like kindergarten.
Bro, we are just getting it cracking. Imagine the things we've done some
I'm
amazing
in
shit
kindergarten.
individually, yeah?
But
We've done some amazing shit individually, right? I don't feel like I'm anywhere near my full potential, my brother.
Why not?
no, because the next
As
part is
the age
gonna
I
go
know.
quick. I'm gonna go from like primary to secondary to college
Yeah, bro.
to uni, like in boom.
And this is what people
You know,
need
like
to
quick.
remember.
You know, because kindergarten was deep.
Yeah. Alright. Up until the age of
Deep
7,
process.
you absorb the most information because it's all new, fresh.
Now that man,
Child-
man's out
yeah,
of
they-
kindergarten.
They say that.
actually.
Child
In that-
child
Nah, man,
psychologist. That's what they
kindergarten.
say.
So in order to use,
I'm on the kindergarten
like,
ages ago.
even if you was using all your
Check
brain,
yourself.
We're in
Follow
uni
me,
now.
mate.
Right? It's uni.
if we was,
Yes,
if
7.
we would say
Yes.
85% brain, yeah, what would we be doing?
No,
What does that mean?
Can you fathom that?
you know
I'm
when
saying
you have
would
that.
Be what? Would
you
be
know
like
when you have that-
superheroes.
Just
Maybe.
fire at each other.
Bro,
Maybe.
verbally we wouldn't be speaking.
Mate, no,
I just
that-
tell you in my head. And you
That's
think
what I
about
was just
that,
about to
Yeah,
say.
I know.
You
I'm
might,
about to say-
you might not have to talk. It might be
That's without-
telepathy.
I'm saying it's not about conversation. I'm saying what
Okay,
would we be
exactly.
capable of.
You might be able to move
Yeah.
things with your mind.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Telekinesis.
Imagine all of us
Yeah.
could do those things.
See?
The world would be a mess.
No, not necessarily. It depends if we use it for the right.
Well, I'm saying some of
Right
us would be
thing.
using it for the right things. But if you see the character
could-
of humans,
Some people
imagine if
use
we
it
was
for
we had more.
badness.
Maybe.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Maybe.
Imagine all
Maybe.
these gangs
Or
and
maybe
shit
not.
would use telekinesis.
That's
and
what I'm
that. Are you
saying.
mad, bro? They're just like,
All
oh
the-
yeah, we'll just
all
block
the-
that
all
over.
the
Just-
wickedness
let's
that
all think
humans are
collectively
doing.
and shut down that postcode.
Yeah.
Yeah, with our telekinesis.
Yeah, yeah.
Like fire starting
Yeah,
shit, bro.
yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
in the house and they're fire starting shit.
And you know you have an
across the
argument with
fucking
someone, yeah, and then
Yeah.
you might be thinking very horrible thoughts at that moment, but later on
Madness,
you remember you loved them, innit? Yeah.
Imagine gangs.
But
could do
imagine it in
bro.
that moment of your anger with someone, just as in an argument.
With great power.
Yeah.
With great power comes great
people you love
responsibility.
and shit.
Imagine you could shut shit down just by thought process.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Lock off their dance.
And your
Sorry,
anger,
I mean,
well, you
just
wouldn't
stop what
even
they're
you wouldn't
doing.
learn you wouldn't learn how
I
to
said
think
lock off their dance.
objectively. You'd just be like kill.
Yeah, come out the dance. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
even if
bro.
it's
There's
your
always,
family.
there's always pros and cons to something, isn't there?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But
I
if
feel
you
like-
want some telekinesis shit, bruv, there ain't no pros and cons. You are doing what the fuck you like. Excuse my French. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm just thinking it, and I'm gonna whatever's whoever.
Yeah.
It's done. You know,
It's
bro.
done.
You can't do fuck all about
It's
it.
done.
You ain't calling the boy them and all that. Nah, ain't happening. Bro.
all
Not
of the
today.
all of the quote unquote prejudice and all of this different stuff. Yeah,
It's true.
What goes out the window?
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
down. That's the
Yeah.
down. It's like power in the wrong hands.
What,
Yeah,
you lot got
that's
baddies
gonna
and
cause-
shuddies?
it's gonna
No,
cause
I've got
havoc.
telekinesis, bitch. Have that. No, that's
and
just
one
a
thing where
different
you
level.
realise that racism doesn't it's a concept that's given to the poor is when you see
Of course it is, man.
you
Come
see
on.
if you see the history of the rich,
You think people are dumb?
there's never been an issue with them.
Yeah.
You know that like rich people from all countries have always linked up.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm with you.
They've always been good in their countries.
Yeah.
So they never saw the poverty style
don't
of
give a-
things. So they wouldn't understand when you're telling them about prejudice and going through certain
Struggles and
Struggles
blah
and
blah
that.
blah and
Yeah,
ill health and that. But
exactly.
money
And they'll
don't
be-
solve everything, my brother.
But there's
these
people
don't
of all
understand that.
colours that have got those privileges
Of
though.
course, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying to you, like
That's-
from way back. You know what I'm saying?
Some people on
100%.
some people on the ground have educated themselves to the degree where they've broken out of those mind controls. Because
a mold.
in France they had a revolution
Yeah.
and they overthrew.
When was
they
that?
overthrew,
Revolution.
can't remember the famous French Revolution. I can't remember the
What,
year.
and they killed King Louis.
What, Napoleon or Louis the?
When they overthrew-
I don't know, but they overthrew the monarchy.
There's a drink
Louis
named
the
after him,
Fourth.
isn't it?
The-
Louis X1V or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
16th or something.
16th, yeah.
Yeah, I know that
I think
the,
it's
the
X1V.
Russians had a revolution in the early.
Don't
19
quote me on
the
that.
early. Is it the
That was a
early?
Rasputin. They said Rasputin.
The early
Or something to do with that,
1900s. The early when they overthrew.
Well,
the,
allegedly.
Rasputin.
they overthrew the Romanov
But
monarchy.
But what did
Yeah,
their
of Russia.
revolutions do?
Nothing.
Man,
Well,
they didn't
no,
really change
they-
anything, bro.
Still there.
Oh,
It's
not-
what they flipping.
Well,
what
well, they
you
couldn't.
believe, bro.
Maybe they couldn't capitalize on the ideas that the revolutionaries
Don't you
had.
think a lot of it's all-
The people who was the people then is now what's his name?
Rasputin.
No.
Oh,
Whoever they revolutionized against then,
Yeah.
the different version of him now is Putin.
yeah,
The
Putin.
something
Yeah.
is just in a different style.
Yeah.
It's the same guy.
So you
Yeah.
get
The
so
same-
corrupt.
the
So
same-
saying-
modern
so-
day-
so corrupt.
Same vibe.
So corrupt.
Same-
So corrupt power.
Yeah.
It's like them giving
And
you
more
a
than likely,
they're giving you a win.
yeah, more than likely it's probably same family somewhere.
But all it is
Yeah,
is different
yeah, yeah.
face,
Do you
same
know what I'm
body,
saying?
innit?
Exactly.
Same
Yeah.
family, but in a different,
Yeah.
Yeah.
different marketing.
We're
a
gonna go on
different-
with
yeah,
we're gonna go on with our
gentrification.
fuckers
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Game of Thrones,
nothing's
but the
nothing's
real
different.
version.
It's the same vibes going.
Do you know about
Just
the
in a
monetary
different-
system and how it was built?
Yeah, banks.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
What, the Bilderberg group and
Yeah.
Rothschilds
and the
and
Rothschilds, thank you very
But
much.
it's all made here in bank. You know the bank, the area bank.
Yeah, the area called
Yeah,
bank.
the area
That's
bank.
what-
And there's a
when I was on
building.
train, I was like, why are you called bank?
Yeah, that's where
There's
the
a
money
thing there,
started.
though. I was
Like
thinking,
money
oh,
and
hey,
money and time
Hey.
started here, you know.
Bro, hey,
I'm
Jay,
Rockefeller.
Jay, you see all the
Yeah,
thing-
but
hey,
here-
Jay, you see all the banks and all that. Man used to rob them that.
Yeah.
Man never ever thought, when man driving past bank, man never thought, yeah, I'm gonna get off here.
I'll have some of that.
I never thought, nah, down there is loud. I feel it, you know when they drive me through? I said, nah.
Yeah.
You know they're telling me it's bank, that's not the rule. No,
You go to the proper one, you ain't coming out.
Yeah.
Hey,
Don't
bro,
touch them, man.
them banks
Them
there has
man
got
tell
no
you it's
money,
the
but a computer with
But they
it.
got to change. That's it. They got a little bit of
bank, yeah,
change.
They got the main computer there. That's what they got.
No,
They
but
don't need to have nobody
no,
in
but
there.
there'll be deposits on different days.
When
Like,
people
if
still
a man's
look-
come to check out a meal, he will come there.
Maybe,
But you
yeah.
That's
need to
all
know that
corruption.
though. But you need to know that.
That's true.
You're never gonna know that.
That's true.
Unless you got inside
Yeah,
information.
it's so
You
true.
don't
knows
collect the
that.
millions from the local bank.
No.
Uptown.
Their thing is different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What,
yeah.
Crips and Co and all that.
I don't know.
Bank
You're
of
telling
England,
me.
all them central London ones, the Square Mile, that's where the peas
Oh,
are.
the Square Mile, I've heard of that. What's that?
Yeah, there's the financial Square Mile. So you got all like Fenchurch Street, all around that manor. You see they got all near the Gherkin and all that.
But you see,
It's the
even
World Cup that way,
even
innit?
with the banks ain't got no money and they never had
Bro,
money.
it's all numbers in
So
a fucking system.
I
Which
keep
is
saying,
digital.
and they're
See
printing,
now we got crypto and
they're printing money they ain't got,
that. Bruv,
and borrowing money they ain't got.
money
So imagine that.
again is man-made. Let's think about this.
Yeah, of
Everything
course.
we've all got around us right now, apart from our being human, or whatever, this is all fucking man-made, right?
Yeah.
Money is man-made, bro.
Yeah.
What's the value? Like I said to you earlier, if I've got a piece of coal and I clean it up and I go, that's 100 quid, you know?
Yeah.
Is it really?
If you say so.
It's the
You
value.
say so, this is what
It's the
I'm saying.
value that you put on it.
Bullshit.
It's
They
not
value.
bullshit.
They value
No,
the.
but it's like it's not.
It's trade.
It's
like,
trade.
It's trade.
Yeah.
Because
It's the
back in
value.
the
Back to the
day,
bartering system,
back in the day,
really.
if you look, if imagine if I could trade. I could trade water, yeah.
Yes, what he wanted. He put Musa here. You know what I mean?
It's not my point though, but
I
it's
told
the-
you another
it's like
one.
a trade wine.
I said
It's the
another
value.
one,
It's the
but-
value. It's the value that you put on things.
and how much you
Yeah.
need
I
it. So,
told you.
And how rare it is. But if it's rare, the value goes even higher.
no, but you know
Like
what?
rare.
I
But
told you, didn't
my
I?
thing is that they had to make something that could be traded, yeah. Because you got.
That's correct.
'Cause if
Gold, silver.
You might not drink wine, but wine is my thing, and I need
No, I
what
don't
you've
drink
got.
wine.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, you've got
Usually
you've
apart
got
from when I
bread,
do.
and I need bread, but
Yeah.
you don't want to trade with me because
Yeah.
you don't drink wine.
What you got?
So they had to make something that people.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. A
Like,
currency that people, a language, a financial language that people understood all over the world.
yeah, something that can continuously be traded.
Universal.
Universal.
What language you speak, you know?
That's correct.
If I've got potatoes and you got cows, let's do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I don't want your cows,
You know what I mean?
and you don't want my, or I need your cows, or you need one of my potatoes, but I don't want your cows.
But you know that old analogy
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
about the farmer and he's got a pretty daughter and that. It's like, boy, what do you want for that? Like for your daughter? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
No, that's how I get out of
hello, my friend. Hey, I got 12 camels, you know.
Certain countries still doing that now, bro.
That's what that in Morocco.
Yeah, definitely.
That's married.
Virgin, she's virgin.
Yes, you want.
Well, in no way am I religious. In no way am I religious, but I'll say wallahi on that one, you know, because that's true.
Bro, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's not what I've been told. That's what I
How long
know.
you been in Morocco for?
Huh?
How long you been in Morocco for?
Oh, a week to 10 days.
Yeah.
Wendy.
Hey.
Bro.
Alright, Morocco's sick
Bro,
though.
him,
Anybody
bro,
wants to
that's
go
the
there?
man,
Shout out to Morocco.
Serious.
Morocco's bad.
Yeah.
Well, I went Marrakesh.
See, he meant that.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that is
Yeah.
real, bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
How long did you there for?
Break bread.
Oh,
10 days.
Yes, break bread.
Yeah.
and I went to the real Morocco as well. I stayed in the resort and I went out on the sea. I don't like the tourist stuff that people do. When you go when you're traveling,
I like that.
I want to know their history, their heritage.
I like the tourist stuff for a couple of days.
Yeah,
That's it.
and I'm like, I've done the water slides and all that
Yeah,
turn out. I'm
yeah,
bored now, bro.
exactly.
Show me what you lot's working with from back in the day.
100%.
When I went to Indonesia, I was like, oh, you got tin mines, yeah? Monkeys in the jungle. Let me go and see that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I met the real people from there.
Yeah, always have to do that.
I need $200 a month at the time I went there.
But
$200, bruv. We're spending that in like a day or two
Yeah,
in a restaurant where these
Easily.
people are working all hours under the sun. Like, there's something ain't right with
But
that.
that's
Don't
what
sit right with me,
trade is just about having something that people need.
bruv.
and
100%.
like,
Supply and demand.
supply and demand.
It's a matter what the product is, you know.
And till this day,
And that's universal as
till
well.
this day that works.
Mm.
That's what people don't mention. Like if you've got something that someone needs, and they got something that you need, you can still have trade.
Yeah.
It might even just be their personality that you need, and you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
so people don't even think about that. So like there's different things that you need from people that is trade. It's a trade off. Yeah, you can act as currency.
Yeah.
Everything can act as currency. But money does it without speak. So if I want to do work like without currency, I have to use my mouth, my charm, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But if I don't want to do all of that, then I just pay money.
Money talks, bullshit
Yeah.
walks, right? That's what they say.
Yeah, no,
I would
but
say.
like, I feel like even money's losing its value to a certain
It is,
degree.
because
Yes,
that's what I'm
bro, I
saying.
can feel it.
Right.
Yeah,
That's why. See when I went to the African country the other day,
yeah,
I said, yeah, that's how your money feels good.
Brother.
yeah.
That's how you feel like money's. When over here, yeah, money's like rascal, like you're in a fruit machine.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. I had conversations recently.
What if I was like in a fruit machine,
Bro,
like,
it's
rah, am I
scary.
gonna win? Am I gonna lose? Am I gonna win?
I've had conversations recently where they're telling me.
See, when you're over there with the money, English money, it's like you're just winning.
Yeah,
Oh
all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Winning
Oh,
all day
you got G.
Your pound's worth 4 times.
Bruv, you got
Serious.
sterling.
Africa and that.
You got
Come on,
sterling
bro,
or
it's like
US
it's in the-
dollars. You know
it's
that.
always in the fruit machine. Like, you
Sterling
even
or
got,
US
you don't even know
dollars
anyone.
all
You
day,
just
you
going
know.
round and round.
Yeah.
Your money's taken from you.
I know it.
You just hoping, is it gonna win? Is it gonna lose? Is it gonna win? Is it gonna lose?
That's a jackpot.
Fiction Ross.
that's
I
right.
got no money. The
That's
machines
what-
got my money.
You got to create your activity as your work as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, out in Africa, you're chilling like this, thinking, "Raw, yeah, man runs the place. I'm gonna eat 5 times at a restaurant today. Go gym tomorrow.
Facts.
Try to do that over here, bro. Your thing's
But you like Midas there, though. Yeah, it ain't worth shit. But you know what's been mad? I've had a few convos recently, Jay. Yeah, where people's like, you can pay in crypto. You know, I'm like, what? You want me to pay in what? Oh yeah. We accept crypto. Or the cashless thing, you know, the cashless society.
Yeah. See, the crypto's been dying though, and then people,
Nah, but it's-
literally the
people
founders have been
still-
dying as well.
It's like non-fungible tokens. I'm gonna buy a virtual version of your artwork.
And you know, you see crypto when you think about it. See all them kind of things there, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if people actually were so lazy, they'll realize that the money you can make on crypto,
Yeah.
if you was actually grinding,
Yeah.
you could make that money so much
Bruv,
faster.
you can make exactly,
Yeah.
man. And you're determining the outcome of the value. Whereas crypto, you're just leaving it to sit there and do what it's doing in the market.
What would you
Yeah.
what would you rather do? Put £1,000 into crypto or into buying a camera?
Bruv, I'd rather put £10,000 to buying cameras.
No, but you understand what I'm
I get
saying,
it.
1,000,
Yeah,
we could
100%.
say
Because
any
you
number,
can
but-
use an investment.
You might lose crypto the next day.
You see, Jay, you do the crypto thing, right?
I've done.
I think you had a convo about it.
I've done the crypto.
I've
thing,
done
I'm
the
not really-
crypto. You see me? I ain't got no money in crypto right now. I see it's fucked up right now.
Yes.
But if I buy in crypto now, I'm selling it within hours because the market moves so quick right now. It's so shaky.
Yeah.
But it's everything's a knock-on effect because of the Russia, Ukraine, the this, the that, the COVID.
Okay.
Da, 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 da. You see it?
So I'm
Like,
like,
if an oil rig falls over on the way from China to here or whatever, it fucks up what we're doing in the market. So
the
you
long
can't rely on
term, the
stock
long
market,
term
man.
investments in terms of like stocks and things like that. Like you're better off doing that and just sitting on it and just.
Bruv, you're
forgetting
better
about
off
it.
buying bricks and mortar, but
Right.
then you get a 40% thingy if you leave it to your kids. It's madness. You have to put it in their name before you die. It's crazy.
You see
out
what I'm
here.
saying? It's
When people
crazy.
buy ISAs, they're locked in for 3 to 5 years. I've done trading floors and all that, bro.
Do
I
you?
know what I'm talking about.
You
Like,
see?
I used to say to people on the phone, I say, "Well, you got your money in an ISA," and the small print says, your value of your investment can go up or down, bro, in 3 to 5 years. And then you have shit like 2008, 2009, the market crash. We're on the verge of a crash now. They're only just buffering it with this we're almost at parity with a dollar, US dollar. We used to be worth way more.
Double. Like, yeah.
It's crazy, bro. Yeah, we're to the euro. Look at us to the euro. Study.
Same thing, innit?
Mad. 1.2 or 1.1.
Yeah.
It's almost
But
at
you know,
parity.
remember this place is bank. So they'll just go to that place
Exactly. This is the only thing we've
when
got on
they're
our
ready
side, you
and just
know.
go. Beep, 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 beep.
We're the financial capital of the world. This little island, you know, it's quite impressive.
Well,
but
they-
don't get twisted.
They
They're trying to F our
created
shit up.
time and money.
Yeah,
So
man.
like, the first clock is in Greenwich, and the first bank is in bank.
Imagine that.
I got a question. Jay.
Real time.
Yeah, Greenwich Mean Time.
If
Greenwich Mean Time.
it ain't that, it don't make no sense.
This is what I'm saying. So it's like they created time and
Yeah. They're telling you.
money. Yeah,
I
from
got-
here.
Yeah, and the bank.
I ask people.
You
The
think-
time and the bank.
you think
What
they
else
can
do you
go
need?
broke?
And listen,
Can't
I
go
ask
wrong
people
after
this
that.
question
Time
a
and the
lot.
bank.
They can't go broke.
A place even called bank.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'll ask any of you this question. I'll ask a lot
And
of
it's
people
called
this
Greenwich Mean Time. You don't
Yeah.
need to talk about anything who owns what.
question. Yeah.
Time and money, you know.
Oh, let's look over the telescope.
Just
Yeah.
air's left, basically. Who's gonna get air?
That's the thing in between. You don't know what's there.
Wait. So I say to a lot of people.
Someone's claiming said that we're gonna start getting charged for water.
We are getting
Bro.
charged for it.
No, I don't mean like that.
We're gonna start getting charged for oxygen before long. People will start charging for oxygen. If these companies can tax you on that level.
No, we do get charged for water. What the fuck?
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
Oxygen, I'm
Yeah.
saying oxygen, bro. They will start charging us before long. I'm telling you.
oxygen.
Yeah,
How do you gonna do that?
They
Like-
can, if they can find a way, they'll do it, bro.
Per hours.
Depends on your what,
Imagine. That,
depends on
that
what
shit
money
better
you
be
got.
like YouTube.
Oh, you're on
Put it out.
universal credit. We're doing this one. Wait, what's that? You're on universal
Shit
credit.
better
You
be
get
like
this one.
YouTube. You know, you
Oh,
use
you've got
much money,
10
you might your budget will be low. You got to pay for too much oxygen.
I've
Or they might not even give you too much oxygen because you want to get in and starve your blood.
One thing I
You're
realized,
looking kind of fucking sucked in right
they
now.
make you concentrate on so much stuff that you can't even enjoy your life.
Yeah.
And this is what I don't
You
like.
can.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Oh,
or
right,
me or
right.
you.
No, people, yeah.
They
Make
make
that's
people
a powerful statement.
concentrate on so many different
100.
things that they can't even
Right,
enjoy.
preoccupation.
The
Yeah.
gift of life, bro.
Yeah.
Like this thing's a gift,
Yeah.
and then we
Oxygen becomes a payment.
yeah.
Water becomes a stress. Like
Because the trauma, it's trauma.
Turf the water.
There's trauma. You know what it is? You know
There's
what
an
it
app
is?
for that.
It's trauma. It's
Let
trauma.
the run tap round when I'm cleaning up. It's like my music.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
there's probably an app for that though,
economy.
Sure, man.
Part of the
Trauma
cleaning up
economy.
process.
Excuse me.
People are monetizing people's trauma and
But
pain.
no, they're making you feel. They're teaching you to hold trauma,
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
and they're teaching you to for trauma to be something in your life. Like all of these words, they just that you gotta remember.
And
Some
using
of,
them things as triggers.
it's triggers. Some of these things are luxuries, you know. I know
I
certain
used to need the
people.
water. My mum be like, turn off the water, crazy.
Yeah, it's like, alright, what's
It's the water, man. It's natural. It's everywhere. I was like,
everywhere,
go to
yeah.
the seaside. This is there.
exactly?
So they make it out like you're wasting water.
Yeah.
There's a tax
There's water. There's water everywhere.
That's right.
But they've done that to them. The government's done that to them.
Yeah,
The
the government
government's
did.
done that to them. Made them feel bad. Like
70% of the planet's
Worry about
water.
it.
With, Jamaica or something, you have to watch the amount of water you're using now.
But they're using tanks though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different
these men have
process.
found a way where we can just use.
Yeah, just from the sea. Just
Yeah, we can just turn the tap on and drink it, bro.
Man's got it in the back of a lorry, a tank.
It's
Come on, the water,
exactly.
Water, run out, tell her.
What am I doing now? Are we doing that now? Are we? Why am I mid-charging? Stop it.
But
I
that's
had a question, a valid question for you. Let me see that.
The minister is standing there in the House of Parliament. Isn't it? Everybody's going.
No. This is
You see him, Jay? He's mad.
I'm ready for you.
Fuck off.
That's a-
Wait, I'm feeling like the fucking.
Question.
I'm feeling like the token right now. Oh,
Yeah.
listen, no, seriously. Right, so I say to a lot of people, I say, what's the most precious commodity in the world? And a lot of people say gold or money. I'm like, nah, you can make that stuff back. Time. You can't make back time, you know, bro.
I'd say time, but I'd say love. Because
Oh,
time
I
without
love that the way there's right.
like, life without love is just
You gotta have time for love, though, innit?
Man begged his way.
No,
in
if
the
you ain't
room,
got no
man.
fuck off, if you ain't got time, you ain't got time to love no one. So
but
you
love's not about loving just people. Love's about having love inside yourself.
you gotta love yourself.
And love for things.
Yeah,
you
and
can
for
just
her,
love
you gotta
life.
appreciate everything.
Love things. Like love.
Fam, you know my favourite thing to do right now is to walk through the woods near me. You know Dulwich Woods?
Yeah.
Love that.
There you
bro.
go.
It's nice,
So
bro.
you love
Get
that,
back
yeah.
to nature.
That's what I'm saying to you.
That doesn't cost me a thing.
Camping and those things.
Alright, right.
These type of activities is
You
missing.
know anything happened in Dulwich Woods? It was
a white middle-aged male was found on the golf course.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Don't listen to him, everyone.
You know what I mean?
He's only joking. Fucking hell. He's calling it on. You see you, mate. How much longer we got?
calling it on.
Wait, how much longer we got left to this fucking? How much longer is left to this podcast? Wait, we still got to go
You
for
can leave
that.
anytime you want, you know, mate.
He's trying to get out of it.
Wait, listen, don't get twisted. He's fucking saucy, you know.
Moose will just move right up there.
He's saucy, you know.
So we present-
He's getting a bit tasty now.
Let me ask everybody this.
Go on then.
This term for the culture,
Yeah.
this culture and etc. It hasn't really been defined, and it's a loose term that people throw around. Like no one
I
actually,
hear that, though. I
no one
see
has,
that, though.
no one has actually sat down and said, "Here's 10 bullet points about what the culture is and what the culture isn't."
Why are they called bullet
No.
points as well? Well,
No,
right.
but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
they-
No, it's true.
Listen
I'm
to what
listening.
he's
I'm
saying.
listening.
I feel like people loosely jump
Jump
into cultures.
You best have
Yes.
you.
So like I feel like even that
Culture.
sentence, yeah,
Mm.
that sentence works for people on that brain frequency. Like
Yeah.
it bothers me as it will bother you. But
Mm.
the people that gravitate towards it, I feel like that's their frequency.
Yeah, their mind, their mental pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for the culture, and then the culture is just urban culture, and then it's
No,
just
but sometimes it's just things that people say.
All right.
Yeah.
no. But he's right.
It sounds good.
You know you're right. But I'm
Okay,
saying it's something-
exactly.
It's the lingo.
they
The
didn't
lingo.
The
define
lingo
what
of the time.
They haven't
define
seen.
what culture they were talking
They
about.
haven't defined.
Like
So
you
which
said, certain
culture is
platforms.
It's a word that they band
So,
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know in football when they say, yeah, he's a legend.
Yes.
But it's just a word that
Yes,
yeah, bandied
Not really-
around like
yeah.
it's
Not really
casual.
a
Not really a legend.
It loses its
Scored
meaning.
fucking
Yeah,
three
yeah.
goals. Three
He's
goals
no-
in a row.
He's no
He's
Pele.
the fucking
But you
legend.
know what he's supposed to fucking do?
He's no Pele. He's no Pele.
You know what I'm saying?
He's no-
Yeah,
he's
go
no-
Pele.
he's
He's
no
supposed to
Jacob
do that.
He's had a
Maradona.
good season.
That's standard.
I
That
would
is
say
a
that.
fucking
That is a
legend.
That's what's
legend.
fucking expected of you.
That's what's fucking up the game.
Yeah.
That's the shit that's fucking up the
It's
game.
So
unnecessary.
these loose
Yeah, that's what's expected.
loose
Man's a
expressions.
legend.
These
These
loose
terms
expressions.
and he's
Yeah.
bandied around like it's a
Loose
casual thing.
expressions
and
for
loses
loose-minded
flipping meaning.
people.
Yeah.
That's loose-minded people. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
I think
because-
therein
Hey,
lies.
bruv, you're moving loose with your mind, you know.
Yeah.
No, it's like that. No, it's serious.
So it gives room to the confusion. That way.
But you don't need to be. My thing is like you see, you've got everyone's. It's like you without knowing it, you find your tribe.
Mm. Oh yeah, I love you for that.
Do you know what I mean?
I've been saying this recently. My tribe. Yeah, I
You
got my
lost.
tribe. Huh?
You were lost.
Who was lost?
You was lost. That's why you've been saying that. Tell me.
Off camera later on, right? We're gonna do a new podcast, the Q and JP show. I swear down. Listen. Anyway, what was
Go
it?
on,
Sorry,
go
let's
on.
carry
Yeah,
on.
no, I'm just
So
saying.
without you knowing it, you find your tribe.
You see, yeah, without you knowing, you
It's
find
true,
your tribe.
man.
Like maybe even unconsciously.
No, I've got my tribe now. I'm saying.
and you
Even
don't
this
have
one
to
here is giving me
fight
smoke.
to find your tribe. But what smacks it is that a lot of us feel
Mm.
that we're not like we try to
Not content.
not content. Sometimes we don't feel complete in terms of like we might come from a culture where a certain behavior is respected, like
Yeah.
like
Well
in-
said.
like more than any other behavior, and in the sense in your mind that doesn't make sense that people give so much credit to the wrong behavior.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
So it's like
Destructive, self-destructive
so you
behavior.
even feel you
Yeah.
even feel
Even barbaric.
Like,
exactly.
that's,
So you end up feeling
that's a
like
whole nother-
they'll try to make you feel weak for being intelligent.
Yeah, like
Well said.
So when
you're strange because you're different.
yeah,
than them ones.
literally that,
Yeah.
and you are, but
yeah.
they try to pin their own ways of thinking onto you.
Indoctrination.
So
bro, I
now,
said this.
yeah, so
That's correct.
So these are the things that have you questioning things, questioning like life, questioning your position, questioning all that different stuff. But once you get actually confident within your thoughts and knowing what you're thinking, you've been around enough to realize that your thought pattern.
Yes, it's sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know what? That ties in
Or
nicely
balanced.
with-
It brings you a different level of confidence.
Yeah.
As well.
It ties in nicely
And
with what
yeah.
you posted the other day. You know that about where certain things they're like unstable, shaky ground, and then I think it was It was T.I. and that guy on that little thing you posted the other day on your story. It was T.I. and the other guy. And he got certain thing, You see what the guy says? When you believe in yourself, bro, it don't matter what anybody's saying, because if you know you got that confidence, it's not arrogance, it's confidence.
No.
Yeah, like Jada Kiss said,
Yeah.
I'm not cocky, I'm confident. So when you tell me I'm the best, is a compliment.
Yeah.
It's different. It's not. Yeah, you know.
It's a good, yeah.
You know
I like
yourself,
that
yeah?
also.
Yeah.
I had to drop Jada in there, but
Yeah.
so it's, you know what I mean?
But it's a different. you see the level of confidence here that a lot of people avoid is that everything is backwards when you realize it, and there's a lot of things in life that's backwards.
Yeah.
But especially being tough, being vulnerable is the toughest.
There's certain connotations
But
and
they don't tell
stigmas
you that.
attached with things.
They don't tell you
That's
being
why.
vulnerable is the strongest thing you can be.
Oh, you learn so much from that.
But they don't tell you that.
You learn a lot from pain and going through hardships
you
as
get
well.
told that being vulnerable makes you weak.
Q, you couldn't grow without all them hardships and things and fuckeries you had to go through.
No, but
You wouldn't have grown.
that's not to do with the vulnerability.
No, I know, but
Vulnerability.
being vulnerable and the raw and that, you know, the feelings and the emotions. A lot of people, you see, going back to this mental health, mental illness thing we spoke about. So we know there's a massive stigma attached to males.
Yeah.
I'm not detracting from the females and whoever, children, whatever. It doesn't matter what age you are. However, it's a bit like it's still an issue. Like, why is that a problem to people? They feel like they can't
What
express
problem?
themselves and be vulnerable and say, look, you know
Because
what?
you
You know,
be-
people say, how are you today? And people go, yeah, I'm good.
Mm.
If you're not good, say you're not good. You know, like, people think they've got to say that. No, I'm cool. You
'Cause
know?
that's it, they got-
Like, I say to people, I'm golden. I'm always good. I'm nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't always good.
Tony, ask yourself the same question.
You're right. I just, you know, you weren't listening. You know,
Fucking hell, just
that's how you know Q.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how you know Q weren't listening, bruv. Because I actually said me.
No, you didn't sound like you said you.
Fucking, that's because you're on your fucking phone, mate.
Fucking heard you, mate. I'm listening.
But you know what? Even
Maybe
if-
good. It's a good point, though.
You see what
Still,
I'm saying?
But
yeah.
if you, even
the
if you
image.
make-
No,
It's an
even if
image.
you
That,
make-
it's an image. It's an image that people are trying to
What's your
portray.
Christmas?
Yeah.
You know.
But even if you ain't good, you're good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what you
of course you
understand.
are, man.
No, I always say that as well, even if I'm not.
Yeah. I'm nice
Because even if
anyway.
you ain't good, you're good.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
standard is-
You know, because what are you gonna fucking do?
Yeah, exactly.
What you bring to the party, bruv?
No, that's what you gonna do.
What do you bring to the table?
Because my thing could be so deep, like
Bruv,
you just start talking to me about what I shouldn't be doing. Can't really help me. I don't want to talk about it.
what is that? People go,
I don't need to talk.
people go, what do you
This
bring
thing
to the
is
table? I
fucked.
say, I'm the
Thing
fucking
is
table.
fucked and you can't help me.
If I'm the fucking table, you're talking about what you bring to the table. What are you gonna fucking bring to the table? Because that's me.
But
You ain't got nothing.
Again, I feel like I said, I think expectation
Yeah.
breeds misery. Yeah, because
I think so. I said
people,
this.
and then half of the things that we see. I remember back in the day when my friends used to get miserable when they watch Cribs.
What is that?
yeah. Because they're trying to compare themselves to that.
They want to be as.
Like all these hip hop tunes when they're talking about Rolls Royces and all that shit.
Yeah.
People ain't got that shit.
No, they
Some
never
people
had
ain't
that
got
shit. I
food.
used to tell them
But some people ain't got food in the house.
Do you remember Pimp My Ride? Was
Yeah.
all fake? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no, see the red man one never there.
Serious.
Oh, the red man was funny with a hot wire.
I just talking about that as well. Red
That's
Man
the
is
best
fake.
Red Man is the only man that kept it real.
No,
and
he
he's
did,
the one
he
that
did,
became
he
the
did.
classic.
But we had the hot wire doorbell. What do you mean?
It's all fake.
Because now when it came out,
all exaggerated.
When it came out, Red Man was the only one that house was real.
No,
Jeez.
When they showed his one back in the day, it was messy. His cousins on the floor, everything.
He was
yeah.
taking a piss a bit.
But it was taking, but he was keeping it real.
But
But
this is the
that
hot
is his
wire.
house.
But
The rest of those people, it's not their
So
house.
fake reality
See, he
being
did the
sold
hot
to
wire
people.
doorbell.
Yeah, of course. But he kept it real though.
Oh, listen.
But I'm saying he kept it real, fam.
No, he did 100.
Even if that wasn't, well, like all of his houses, he wanted to keep. Do you know what I'm saying? He might
Yeah.
have had a bigger house somewhere.
Yeah, of course he
Yeah.
did.
But
Well, I
he
don't
showed
show
them
you
that
my.
house.
I don't show you my
Yeah.
crib on TV around that world where everybody's there, even if it's before the internet. Why? What the fuck's supposed
But
to do?
people
you
used to
lot,
get depressed off of that, yeah. So a lot of people's mental health and expectations.
They're
that-
aspiring to things that are
Aspiring to-
above their flipping pay grade and whatever they're.
It's not even just their pay
Or
grade.
whatever they're
Even
at.
the celebrity, the people that we think are celebrities,
Yeah.
even their pay grade.
Bruv, if I lease a whip, I don't own the whip, right? I don't own the car, sorry people. I don't own that car if I lease it. So I'm going to drive around with a $250,000 car. What? So people's perception of me is that I'm a millionaire. No, it ain't.
Exactly.
I can just pay the couple of grand a month that it costs.
This is
That means
this is
shit. It's material shit,
This
bruv.
is my point, cuz.
Yeah, I get it,
That's
I
why
get it.
I'm saying like
Yeah.
it's a lot of the things that we have had as expectations. fed
Most
to
people
us.
will live in debt, and that's what when we're going back to what we said
Fuck you,
financial.
you sound like the government. Most people live in.
No, but most people,
Fuck
that's
you,
what it's
no.
designed for.
But also debt.
No,
but
it's
we're not taught about good debt and bad debt.
No,
so
no, no.
debt
Very
is
well
toxic.
said.
No, it's toxic debt.
Debt is like a scary word.
There's toxic debt as well.
Do you know what? Debt is just debt. So how
Of
you
course
deal
it
with
is,
it
bruv.
is how you deal with it.
Yeah.
But we're not taught
We're not taught.
the mechanics.
the mechanics of debt.
No,
So
we're
we're
taught
just
how to
scared of debt.
spend.
Yeah, we're scared of debt. But all the rich people
Education.
is living off of their own debt. Like even if they got millions, they get they
This
get
country
more
can be
money.
living off debt.
That's what I'm
Bruv.
saying. Have you like even the
Do you
richest
know how much
guys?
money we used
And
to
we're
pay to
living
live?
good.
You know how much money we
Of
paid to?
debt.
Bruv, the man them
Happy birthday,
yeah,
Gans.
yeah, I mean, happy birthday, guys.
Education,
still.
education is
We did
where
everything.
you know what you're privy to, and so the
Yeah.
class,
Yeah,
upper
yeah.
class has got certain level of
The
information.
class thing's
There
a
you
bit
go.
of a myth as well.
The middle
now.
class has got
So now you
know that?
see where the power lies.
yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they tell
The
the,
class thing's
when
a
they
bit
tell
of a
the
myth
lower
now as
class,
well.
they don't tell the upper
The
class.
class system.
And then so they make the lower class miserable.
So if
about-
you've
That's
got 10
correct.
mil tomorrow,
That's correct.
All right, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, all the half of these conversations are just about like the oppression and all of this stuff. Like half of it's like we're talking from some stuff we ain't even experienced.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? It's like if you want to tally up, you want to walk around tallying up what's happening to who, you're gonna have to do that on the ground. Like you can't actually go and look at no figures because their figures are gonna be lies as well. If they tell
Exactly.
you the stop and search and who gets arrested or who's killed by police, do you know how much white people are killed in custody?
See what you just said there? That's something that I've been saying to people. Data and statistics. Was you there when they done that? When they checked them data?
But what they
and
what they
I can
are
just
they
go down to
using?
that.
Numbers can be
And
manipulated.
all they do
Figures
is
can-
give you a set of data. How comes it's always there when a black man's getting shot in America? And how comes the camera always goes doof when they're getting shot?
Yeah. What the fuck? Exactly. No, it's real though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, why is it always conveniently videos?
There's always-
Conveniently filming
There's
at the
different,
time.
there's different groups of people with,
No, but America's
with
different.
agendas.
No, everyone bases their whole opinion on racism
Yeah.
on America's society.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything we base on racism, even when we're talking about the history of it, half of what we're talking about, and then people start talking about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. That wasn't slavery times.
Yeah. No, true.
You know what I'm saying? This
But
man was the other day.
there were prominent characters in
No, they were
African-
up there. I'm saying they were the
That's not
other
long ago.
day, bro.
Well,
So-
like Rosa Parks, and that ain't that long ago.
that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's like, but this is the narrative they gave you of it is like is
what they want us
bullshit.
to run with.
because they were still during that era of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, we were still dealing with Jim Crow, and so they were part
There
of
you
the
go. Look, you see,
civil rights
You're
movement.
talking
No,
their
you go
talks.
straight back into
Yeah,
narrative, but
yeah.
neatly thinking you're clever.
Yeah.
No, but that's what the era was. That's what
Thinking
the
you're knowledgeable.
That's what the era
Thinking
was.
you're knowledgeable, but you
that's
still
what
end
the
up
era-
in the trap.
that's what the era was.
And I'm
called.
like, I'm just chilling.
I know.
And look, he
No,
was
I'm
in full mode.
But I'm saying that's the stuff that
Yeah.
you're so well. You see what I'm saying?
No, I've got everything sussed.
You're so well learned. You're very well learned.
Yeah.
You know that's why we need someone like you on the.
Yeah,
on the
no,
thing,
we
because
need him.
This
We
is what
need
makes
him.
the conversation go like this.
Yeah.
He knows his
We're not-
audience,
yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
But you know what's good? Dominic's
Yeah,
right.
no, but it's like,
Well, we can only go by. We go.
Don't worry, mate. Opinions are like arseholes.
We go by information, but
I
then
told
we,
you.
we open our mind.
You use
Hold on.
information when you
We
want.
Yeah, but we open our mind to
Suits the narrative. That's
critical
what I'm saying,
thinking.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it doesn't like, oh, because it's just one way. There's
Yeah,
many
yeah.
ways to interpret facts.
100%.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying to you? There's facts and then there's interpretation. Doesn't mean.
And then the,
No, but you could be interpretation, fake facts.
Yeah, you could. Well, what
I
that?
ain't got time to be wasting
that's-
all that.
and
Yeah, but it's always someone has to do it. Someone has to
you're the
analyze
guy- so
it.
you're
Someone,
the guy then,
someone. Remember this.
Do you have to do it?
Did you know that there's professional people whose job it is to analyze data?
Yeah, of
Just
course.
that.
No. So you're the guy that analyzes.
I'm just saying that. Every
so
single.
clever, that
I'm
is.
saying that every
Clever.
single
How
thing.
have you done that?
Every single thing
So you're
that
one of
is.
them guys that analyze data.
Yeah, but
You
everything.
can't be right or
I
wrong.
got one for
Yeah,
that.
but I'm saying that everything.
You
Every
say that,
single.
Jay?
Yeah.
You can't be right or wrong.
So,
Because I'm just analysing data.
Yeah.
that's
I'm
very
not saying
clever.
that-
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying if it's right or
Hold
wrong.
on.
I'm just analysing
That's very
data.
clever, but
Yeah.
does someone
One of
really
those people.
have to do it?
That's you got trouble
Well,
to
you
do.
know,
I'm saying.
And
it's
analyse the
Try-
data.
There's people to do that.
it's trying they're trying to decipher. You're
Tell me
trying
what the
to.
data says.
But what's
Trying
good,
to arrive at
but what's good
conclusion.
about having you there? Yeah,
Data's manipulated.
what's good
It
about
can be, of
having
course
you
it
there?
can be.
Yeah.
People,
That's my
people,
point.
because
I've
people
got
have
to get
agendas. People can,
100.
people
Hidden
can,
agendas,
yeah.
ulterior motives, all kinds of
Right.
stuff. bruv.
Because that word again, propaganda.
I
Raisin.
love that word.
That's it.
The raisin brazen.
Yeah, man, it's just relax, man.
Some of this will still be put in.
Yeah, man, it's
Yeah,
relax, bro.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is the
I'll be
essence.
a little-
Happy birthday
Thank
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear God. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Jeez.
I can't even.
And she's so fucking. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Stop you, stop.
Happy birthday. You've got badges on your
You
shit.
in that
Yeah.
situation, like,
Oh, cheers.
I know.
Just
Thanks, I
smile.
was
and-
born. Who's the
Oh,
badges?
thank you, I appreciate it.
Mate, you see you.
Cheers.
We have to
Do you
have words.
Words, I'll fucking throw this drink in your face, mate.
Do you know what?
No, you put that on serious.
Do you know what? Analyze this, yeah.
fucking door.
Listen, analyze this.
That's how you pick up. Where's your fucking
The scientists did it.
That's how you picked up.
Check this.
Come on, you two.
From the side, sorry, man.
Listen, analyze this.
Bro, just talk.
Scientists did a study where they said people that are born in the winter solstice are they're easier to get depressed than those born in the summer solstice.
That could be true. I was born in the summer solstice.
Or they're more pessimistic.
I'm born in the winter.
That makes sense.
January.
Because that's like that SAD thing.
Yeah. Seasonal affective disorder.
I'm
Exactly.
Do you know I was born in the middle of May, right? Because
Fuck
I mean,
off.
how true do you think that is?
No, it's false.
I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a false narrative.
Is it? I think it depends
his
on the
story.
individual again.
you know what it is.
That story
I
that
think,
you
I
follow.
think the trick is, yeah, they want you see in Western worlds, yeah, they know that it doesn't make sense that people are more miserable in the Western world than in the third
Because
world.
we've got more shit to think about.
No,
I swear to God. Yeah,
Wow.
have this. I swear to God. Bro, the happiest people I ever
Mortgage,
You
rent,
see,
mortgage, rent.
it's not just that. It's not just that. Like, you gotta remember, like, I feel like depression and things like that, and
Swag.
anxiety and that, yeah, they
don't worry
kind
about
of.
their swag in the West.
That's what I'm saying. But
Don't worry about my swag. I'm not
they-
gonna see my swag today.
they're luxuries. They can
It's
be
true
like,
though. It's true though.
Like-
Part of that is true.
depression and anxiety and that is they're kind of
That's
luxuries.
some mental health business. Don't worry about their swag.
In certain countries, they can't be depressed or have
This
mental
man's
health.
running around in some little cake.
Why? When it comes to certain countries, they can't have mental health.
They ain't got time. They ain't got
flip-flops.
time. No one's catering to you having mental health, so they're not gonna.
They're
They're not gonna even.
Someone's just out there.
They're not gonna acknowledge it.
Sorry.
But sometimes some people are so. When it comes to that field, some countries are so far behind that if you was exhibiting signs of mental health, they'll think that you're possessed by demons.
Yes,
Or they think-
100%.
Or
No,
somebody,
maybe you are.
some kind of witch doctor hexed
You know,
you or
back in the
something.
day-
But all I'm saying is that you see that some of the things that they exercise in Western worlds
Yeah.
is for profit for big pharma. So when it comes to depression, anxiety, all of these things that they're making up is for you to come and take some medicine for it,
Yes.
and then it's not gonna fix you, but it'll park you off. Do you guys what I'm saying? So it's like.
It's I know what you mean. I
These
know what you
things
mean.
are
It's-
luxuries. Then they
it's-
give
it's
you,
such-
then they give you disability allowance. Then they give you all of these things to live with.
Park you up even more. To the next level, park off.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, park off level 3.
Yeah, you know what? Funny. That's the same thing.
Yeah, man.
That's the same thing that Kanye West was talking
Start
about.
thinking,
Kanye
yeah, man,
West-
start believing
They
they're
wanted to-
disabled.
Stop
They wanted
believing,
to-
yeah.
they wanted to
There you
diagnose-
go.
They wanted to label Kanye West or Ye with a mental health, and he said he didn't want to accept it.
Yeah.
They said he didn't want to take all the medication and have himself be pumped up with all these Western drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
They said nah.
But you know what? You see with Kanye West, yeah,
Yeah.
he's not saying nothing new. That's what people don't realize. Like he's just he's
No,
mixed.
you know what? Ain't nothing new because it's always he's saying what's in our head.
Yeah, 100%. But he's saying a bunch of information that's out there already
Don't fuck with Kanye. You
at
know?
once.
Yes.
Do you guys say it?
Yes. He's saying it all at once.
He's saying a bunch of things that we've argued for
It's the
years.
first thing
Yeah.
in our head.
But he's saying it at
just
once.
vo- like we hear it.
He's vocalizing it.
But he's acting like he went into the game
ain't
on
mad.
some
MI5 shit.
on some, yeah.
Secret mission.
Wait, listen.
And I'm here with the information.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You loved it all.
know.
You breeded the woman of the industry. Like, don't do it. Like, don't go
Great
on like
advertising.
you're
You know what
fully.
it does?
You understand?
No, you know what else? You just got called out.
Yeah. Like you're trying. Like
But
you're.
he's asking the controversial questions that need to be asked.
Don't- yeah,
No, I'm not
100%.
saying about who's answering them. He's
Yeah,
doing it.
thought provoking.
Bro,
He's
you
thought-provoking.
see Kanye West, Andrew Tate, and all of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
are distractions, bro.
You think
There's
so?
other things going on, you know.
Come on.
But for some reason, we think that Will Smith
Cool.
getting slapped is not a distraction.
You mean
if you watch that slap properly, he didn't even slap him.
Yeah.
I've been saying this from it happened, but we talked about it
But
for
they're
weeks.
actors and that, innit?
But that's it,
Yeah.
but we talked about it for weeks.
Cool.
So now, now Kanye West, and then if these people are blackballed, why are we seeing more of them?
course, they want.
If
It's
they
what they
cancel
want you
it,
to-
why am I seeing more of it?
It's what they want
Like-
you to flipping
So
buy into.
buy
innit?
into.
Of course.
They want you to buy into the things like Andrew Tate and
Yeah.
Kanye West and act like these things are gonna change your life,
Yeah.
bro. The thing is, all you gotta understand is if he's allowed to say these things now, he's either got backing from another society, maybe whether it's the Asian one or
I want a
whatever.
secret
Yeah.
handshake, fam.
Do you get what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
he already knows these people are getting taken down because at the same time Kanye's talking
Yeah,
about this stuff,
something's going on.
I saw 100 something Jewish leaders on that getting arrested for child trafficking and
Serious?
all these. Yeah,
Don't fuck
all the
about.
top-
Yeah, I'll
top-
make you right.
You saw that one there.
Yeah, all the top
Yeah.
Jewish people.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Timeline,
top-
You saw it as well.
Fucking hell, Q. He's out of hand. I told you, bro. He's taking the piss.
So there's a lot
Fucking
happening with the Jewish community in general because a
You
lot
wanted
of the
to
stuff
drive?
that's come out with the child trafficking stuff. Yeah, you got to remember Prince Andrew and all of that, Epstein's and all of these.
Andy, you know.
These things are
Man's
just
Andy still.
these are the things underneath that.
Nah. Harvey Weinstein.
All of them steens.
Oh, sorry.
These are the things that John's.
on the
People are gonna
timeline,
say
you know.
John's. You know they're gonna say John's on it.
Inside their
They're
computer.
gonna say John's on it in this podcast. They're gonna be like, "Why is that guy getting up so many times?"
I know.
This guy's
He
sniffing.
goes to the
lines.
toilet to
Yeah.
sniff.
Hey,
The white guy.
Man's still come.
They're gonna say, why is this white guy going out the window every minute?
Every minute,
Don't
guys.
check your live. Obviously, he's white. See? Because you indoctrinate to believe I'm white, so I must be getting on the air and pub grub.
On the
as well.
chisel, on the
Well,
chisel.
the chisel and pub grub, you know.
Yeah, you can only go in for pop.
He's only got a bit of pub grub. I need a mug. Man's sniffing plaster of Paris, the chief. Well, listen, I went old school with chief as well. I'm not on no kind of anything apart from free sponsorship.
That's
mate.
not
You
apart
are
from
funny.
why. That's not apart from why. Did you hear
You
me?
better grab your bottle back before he does something silly.
No.
with it. I think we should have even gave him Ray after the
No, you
wine.
don't need rays, bro. You had wine, rays, and champagne. Whatever else you had,
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, no, I don't
He's
think
getting
so.
Caucasian wasted.
Thank you.
Take one juice, man.
No. Musa
I'll
knows.
take that juice though.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll take.
You know.
Bro, just put down the juice, man.
I'm good. Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers.
But yeah.
You say you're still sensible. You not even spell sensible.
So yeah.
SCN.
Some
Yeah,
of the
but go on.
things.
Yeah, go on.
So what was he saying? Some of the, yeah.
Is that right, guys?
Again, I don't.
I know you was
I
fucking
want to
checking.
put.
Thank you.
Innit?
Sense and
Yeah,
sensibility.
fine, yeah. I want to put a disclaimer anyway for people that go through depression, anxiety. I'm not saying you guys are.
I've been through depression.
Yeah, so have I. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's an excuse. I feel like we just have more space for it, and they cater to us being that way in this country more than certain other countries. So if you don't have no one catering to you and acknowledging or diagnosing
and
you, normalizing it,
Yeah,
I don't feel like you'll slide into it that easily. You'll get yourself out of it, and plus
Because it's
you
almost like
have
an
to.
excuse, like a. I'm not saying that people don't go through hardships and mental health or mental illness or whatever.
No way.
However, it's like we're made to feel like, well, that's the route, that's the way forward. Like, so we'll give you tablets and that's the solution. It ain't
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm
fucking
saying. It's not a
solution.
solution.
Not long term, it ain't.
Exactly. They're
And-
not telling you to
and-
change your diet
You
and
know what
things
I
like
always
that.
found weird about that? You see when people take antidepressants, within the first 2 weeks taking it, or if you come off it, you are going to be the most suicidal.
Do you see what I'm saying?
That's
Mad.
it right,
That doesn't
bro.
make any sense. It's gonna make you
I'm alright,
worse.
you know?
It's gonna make you worse before it makes you better.
Weird.
If you can
And
make
when you
it
come
through-
off it, you want to come off it.
Yeah, even
gonna-
that, you're gonna be more suicidal. Yeah,
and look at how many people do bits like.
there you go.
they
That's
can't-
why there's all people take
Yeah,
Percocets
I
and all these different things that I don't even
Thank
know
you.
what these things do. You know?
I don't know what it is. It's a multi-billion pound
Yeah.
flipping pharmaceutical company. They don't give a monkeys about me and you, you know.
No, that's what I'm saying to
Yeah,
you.
they care about their profit line.
This is my point.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I've been saying that half of the things that they tell you that you have is for you to be on these drugs. And then like,
Hey, Mac, is that the new one up? Is that the new one that's in the YouTube?
Did you put it on? Did you put it on? It's on your channel.
I've not had rain
The
for
last one that's
wow.
up. It says 9 hours ago though.
You see?
you gotta put it public.
You got to put it
Ah,
It says 9
okay.
hours ago.
You're the only admin.
Yeah, but you say that back though.
You can say that back though.
Yeah, but when you put it out, it will give the
Is
time.
it
Of,
private until you make it public?
Yeah.
So, sort of.
Yeah, but I can't even see it inside. I'm in my videos.
In the back end, it'll be the top.
In the back end. Look, it
Most
says
recent.
9 hours ago it says.
Yeah, that's the one that I
What, 9 hours ago? Same one?
Yeah.
That's the one you took the thing out of? Yeah, because that one was 53.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, I was looked again. That was 53.
Same.
See, I'm watching.
Yeah.
53. Yeah, you know, remember it was 53. If I don't,
Innit?
I'm in trouble.
Time.
Hey, man, trust me, I'm in trouble, man. I just checked. Huh?
So yeah.
I'm
So
glad you
okay.
checked me though, because I was about to just say, yeah, that's done.
Wrap it up because everyone's in their phones.
Yeah, go on.
So yeah, Q.B.E.
Q.B.E. to, well, not to. That's a song. Q.B.E. to.
All that.
Let John's in the rest.
Say what? Say what now?
Say what? Say
What, in what language?
It was a
Say
good
what?
episode.
It was, say what? Yeah, it was a good episode. It's different, isn't it?
So yeah.
It's different, isn't
You're
it?
welcome.
100%.
I send you an invoice.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? Wrap it up. Just wrap it up.
It's Q.B.E. not to be. See you, John, Musa,
Someone.
Yeah. Alright, that was a good one. Alright, happy birthday to Gabs as well. Don't forget.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
He's a
Vibes.
Yeah,
Levels,
Gabs.
though.
Yeah.
It's good vibes.
I know, she gave him a
Even though I'm
squeeze.
hungry, then I'm
Happy
not.
birthday, Gabby.
But even on that,
When is the chicken? When did you order this? What time did they say the chicken's coming?
oh, is it orders though?
Man, your belly's moving.
Off for pissing me off. Yo, I said, who can it be? I said, it's cause of the luck. Take him to the tower, take his head off. Off for pissing me off. So don't be pissing me off. Don't be pissing me off.
The other concept was one thing with Quincy. So Quincy, going back to the Islamophobia thing, in one of the podcasts, Quincy was mentioning about radicalization. Yeah, jihad, Saifullah. Yeah.
Funny one. It's a good one still. It's a good one. I like that one.
In terms of sometimes, and this is going back to your initial point with the Babyullah,
Yes.
Muslims do actions which are wrong. Yeah, there might be very few in number. This is then further manipulated, exaggerated, and it demonizes every single Muslim, and then laws are brought in which are in line with Islamophobia.
Well said.
So that is kind of